endeavors, I am fearless. Wealth and prosperity are circulating in my life. I live abundantly. My ideas create wealth for me. I give away wealth wisely, and it circulates back to me in abundance. I do not have to work to attract money. I have an abundance of whatever I need. Abundance and harmony flow freely in my world. Money comes to me easily and effortlessly, even while I sleep. I am successful and abundant in every way. Money success flows to an abundance. I deserve more money. I accept and receive unanticipated money. I welcome financial abundance in my life. My money is unlimited. Every day I attract more and more money. I use money to design the lifestyle I want to live. It is in my power to have an excellent financial future. I love attracting money. Wealth is circulating in my life. I am open to receiving wealth. I am successful in everything I do. Money is my servant. I am good at managing money, and I do it well. I have moved one step closer to reaching my financial goals. I make smart decisions about money. I am making my money goals and dreams come true. I overcome all the things that stand in the way of my financial success. Everything I do will help me grow my wealth. I attract money. Money is flowing to me.
Freedom is truly the thing that we're all searching for.
Financial news, trading, and investing all in one place, but also in a language and in words and cultural references that you can actually understand.
And this is one of the reasons why I'm super excited about the Money Matrix.
Done by people who actually do it, who actually live it, and who are actually professionals.
Because we're going to be showing you how to actually make money on your own terms whenever you want.
So, I encourage you to join us on the Money Matrix, where you can learn, potentially earn, and return that knowledge and game and potentially money to your family.
And that is truly what we all want. It's not more money, it's actually freedom.
Good morning and welcome to the Money Matrix. I am Dion Pouncil.
And I'm Dominique Broadway. Welcome to another amazing day in the markets. Please always remember that investing and trading should happen at your own risk, so please do your own research before making any trading or investing decision.
Yes. So the markets are kicking off and seem to be a little mixed, and most are calling it melancholy. And
Monday.
well, it's Tuesday, but yes, it was a melancholy Monday yesterday. The Dow Jones Industrial Average dropped more than 250 points as traders grew concerned that the Federal Reserve might not cut rates as much as expected. The Dow Jones fell 274.3 points yesterday, or 0.71%, while the S&P 500 pulled back from its record highs, dropping 0.32%, and the NASDAQ composite slipped 0.2%. So some interesting times in the market as people are unsure what the Fed is going to actually do about interest rates this year. Dominique?
Interesting. In other news, the layoffs continue. So this morning, actually, DocuSign just announced that they will be laying off 6% of their workforce, which equates to about 440 jobs. So unfortunately, these layoffs are just not stopping. And then also we had another going into earnings this morning. We had a lot of big earnings that came out. One of the big ones that we had was Eli Lilly. Eli Lilly has released some new drug that I believe is it's called Zepbound, Zepbound, and it's a similar weight loss drug to the Ozempic that
the competitor.
I can't remember the other company has, Humana, I believe, or no, I can't remember the name of the other company. Novo Nordisk has, and so. As we talked about yesterday, Novo Nordisk is having some issues with actually reaching the demand. Eli Lilly has come out with this Zepbound, I don't know where they come with these names, but Zepbound, and they're actually up $38.60 pre-market, so up about 5.47%, which is about $38.60. So they're saying that the demand is there, everyone's trying to lose weight, and everyone is literally running towards all these weight loss drugs. So.
Yeah, and it's very interesting talking about earnings. Palantir shares rocketed up more than 17% in after-hours trading after the company reported fourth quarter earning results. You guys know Palantir is one of our top picks of 2024. Palantir did about $608 million in revenue, which surpassed expectations of $602 million by the analysts.
Good job, Palantir.
Yeah. The company, which is known for its defense and intelligence works and cybersecurity for the U.S. government, is rolling out an AI platform. Okay, so Palantir was founded by Peter Thiel. If you don't know who Peter Thiel is, he was the one of the co-founders of PayPal. He was the founder of Founders Fund. He was the first investor into Facebook. And so he has a lot of success in the technology Silicon Valley world. He's like one of the Silicon Valley OG overlords. And they're known as the PayPal Mafia. So you should probably look them up if you're not familiar with the PayPal Mafia. About the first 30 employees of PayPal have helped co-create or co-design half of the successful top 100 companies in Silicon Valley. So definitely interesting to keep our eye on. And you guys know, I believe that cybersecurity is the #1 threat to humanity. So I always want to know what's going on with Palantir because cybersecurity is anything essentially that touches the computer, touches the internet, has the ability to be exposed and to be hacked. So what they're doing, I want to always keep my eye on in general. And while we're keeping an eye on it, try to run up the bag and make some money off it as well.
Love it.
Yeah.
In other news, Spotify. Talk about cybersecurity. They have nothing to do with cybersecurity. But Spotify released their earnings this morning. Let me tell y'all something. I don't know if it's the subscriber lockdown, subscriber cut down, the lack now that we can't share passwords, but all of these subscription services are thriving. Actually, I was logging into Netflix yesterday. They was asking me that I want to add somebody to my account to live in another house. I'm like, what are you talking about? They're like, well, if you do, you want to pay this $9.99. I was like, wow, Netflix, that's what we doing. Okay, but apparently Spotify must be doing the same thing. So Spotify raised their prices and they still hit a record for new subscribers. They added 31 million premium subscribers last year, all right? Absolutely amazing. And they released their earnings this morning. and their stock has shot up. They're currently up 7.94%, which is about $17.72. So if any of you guys had calls on any of these companies that we just mentioned, you are probably smiling this morning, but that's a lot. 31 million premium subscribers in 1 year. Absolutely amazing. Hats off to you, Spotify.
Yes, okay. And going back to more tech layoff, Snapchat, also known as Snap, in its latest tech company to conduct layoffs in 2024, the social media company said Monday that it will cut 10% of its workforce, or about 500 employees. It said that the move was to promote in-person collaboration. It is not the first round of layoffs for Snap, which has conducted multiple rounds of headcount reductions since 2022, including when it laid off 20% of its staff in August 22. So the tech companies have cut nearly 24,000 jobs in January alone, okay? So always want to know what's going on.
But how is that supposed to promote in-person collaboration?
I mean, they got to say what they got to say. How that actually pans out.
It sounds like there's going to be 500 less people to collaborate with in person.
I'm not sure. I guess it's a numbers game, they're saying.
No.
Okay. Also, in mortgage rate information, the average rate on a 30-year mortgage hit 7.04% on Monday. It is the first time rates have been above 7% since December, and comes off the heels of stronger than expected January jobs and manufacturing reports. Okay, so mortgage rates have been on a roller coaster recently, briefly topping 8% in October for the first time in 20 years, and then falling again. Mortgage rates don't follow the Fed, but they loosely move along with the 10-year Treasury yields, which we know we trade in the bond futures, also known as the ZN, on the future side of that. Okay, so this is another way you can take information and potentially trade it and invest. All right, but loosely moving along with the 10-year Treasury yields, which can be strongly influenced by Fed statements. Okay, so spring is also an important time for the housing market, meaning rates are more important than ever amid and still rising home prices. And you know, most people buy and or move in the summer, so they start preparing in the spring and getting ready for the summer. So we will keep our eye on mortgage rates.
Wow, mortgage rates. All right. So next, let's talk about WeWork. WeWork is the company that just will not just bow gracefully, bow down gracefully. So Adam Neumann apparently is trying to gather some VC funds to help him repurchase WeWork and bring it out of bankruptcy. So he's made, I think, over $1 billion, but I guess WeWork having to file bankruptcy had billions of dollars of debt. And I believe they're actually starting to already close a lot of the facilities around the country. And one of the things I was worried about most, honestly, with this fallout of WeWork is WeWork has a majority of the corporate or commercial real estate leases in the country, believe it or not. They have so many spaces. And how is that actually going to affect a lot of our corporate REITs and REITs that have a lot of corporate offices inside of them? So if he is able to bring this out of bankruptcy, it actually could be a good thing. But you know, right now it is what it is, and a lot of locations are actually closing down. So very interesting.
Yeah, going to be interesting to keep our eye on that.
And who's giving him money?
He also just raised billions of dollars off an idea and a napkin from Andreessen Horowitz. A16Z raised another $3 billion for a new startup that nobody even knows.
Listen,
mystery
to be a white man with a failed startup, that is goals, okay? Because they will give you all the money, okay?
Must be nice. So both Starbucks and McDonald's said that the Israel-Hamas war is hurting their sales. The chains, two of the biggest American restaurant companies, also said that the war will likely continue to hit demand in future quarters. Starbucks reported its earnings last Tuesday and has seen its stock drop 2% since. It was the target of boycotts from conservatives after its workers' union posted a message in support of Palestine, which Starbucks saw the distance itself from those things, but the sales in the Middle East also fell, okay? So McDonald's stock, meanwhile, fell nearly 4% yesterday. The burger chain faced boycotts from majority Muslim countries and saw weaker sales in the Middle East. So now we're starting to see how these wars in the Middle East are affecting different companies, not just oil, not just energy, but now starting to affect actual other global brands.
Yeah, they love, we're not the only people that love McDonald's. McDonald's is loved countrywide. I feel like every country I've ever been to, worldwide, yes. Every country we've been to, I make it a goal to stop at a McDonald's because they always have the best food in other countries, okay? Let's talk about these ranch fries we had in Barcelona. Absolutely amazing.
Yeah. It was at a McDonald's
my
too. Yeah,
goodness.
that's
And
funny.
the McDonald's in Tel Aviv, amazing as well.
All right. So now we'll kick it off. You got one more?
I don't know. I thought I did.
No.
Now I can't remember. You threw me off. I don't even know now.
Okay.
I feel like I had something else. Oh, Chegg. I wanted to
yes.
Chegg. Chegg. It is interesting. I visited Chegg and was in the middle of doing a really cool deal with their CEO. It didn't pan out, but I have visited their office. It's absolutely amazing. But their stock is tanking this morning. Now, tanking being that it's down 7%, but Chegg is only trading at $8.62. It never really popped. But their earnings are down. As I mentioned a little bit this yesterday, they've actually been struggling a lot really since the release of OpenAI. And it's because a lot of people were going to and using Chegg as a homework help service. And now why would you pay for that when you just go straight to OpenAI and get the same exact service? So they're struggling quite a bit from that. I think there was something else with it, but yeah. So they did release their earnings. As I mentioned, they're currently down about 7%. And they have a very strong sell rating or hold and sell rating from the analysts. They don't have a buy rating at all.
Yeah, it's interesting. A company that basically helped you get tutored / maybe even, I don't want to call it cheating, but homework help is now being put out of business, essentially. Seeing their market share dwindle.
Yeah.
Okay, so now let's go to our Beat the Bell segment. We'll kind of go over some global news and what has happened last night, pre-market, and as we prepare for the markets today. Going to kick it off with the Asian global markets. The Asian Dow was up 0.55%. The Nikkei 225 down 0.53%. The Hang Seng Index up 4.04%. The Shanghai Index up 3.23%. The Sensex Index up 0.63%, and Singapore down 0.27%.
Interesting. I just saw this little breaking news come through. It says if a CEO says the L word too much, the company stock price goes down. Very interesting. You know what the L word is?
Love?
Yeah, love.
Oh, interesting.
I think
we
people,
love. Like if they say love to me.
Yeah. People also don't like soft people in the executive suite.
Yeah, you got to be a killer.
All right. Let's talk about these U.S. equities. So our U.S. equities are actually all down this morning, with the Dow Jones being down 0.71%, S&P 500 being down 0.32%, and the NASDAQ being down 0.20%. Our VIX is also down 0.95%. And then, of course, because everybody else is down, gold and oil is up. Gold is up 0.12%, and oil is up 0.47%.
All right, let's switch over to the futures market and see what we have on the projections. Now, she just mentioned that the VIX is down. Typically, when the VIX is down, the equities are up. We will see if we have a green day, because yesterday was quite red, especially in the morning, and then it turned around. Yeah, remember we had the sell-off in the morning.
You're right.
And then it turned around to the green in the afternoon. Basically,
We had green days,
forecasted. Yeah. Yes, we did. Shout out to the Money Matrix family. So the Dow Jones futures, most of the futures are up. The Dow Jones futures is up 0.04%. S&P 500 is up 0.16%. The NASDAQ futures are up 0.25%. Gold futures are up 0.14%. Silver is down 0.03%, and crude oil is up 0.6%. So the futures are pointing to up on the future side and potentially in the equities market, and we will see when we hop over into our analysis, okay? Hopping right into the forex market. Forex markets are kind of mixed today. All right, the euro being down 0.07%, the yen being down 0.08%, the Great British pound being up 0.23%, the Australian dollar being up 0.17%, the DXY index being down 0.01%, and the Wall Street Journal dollar index being down 0.03%.
Love it. Let's hop over to crypto. Crypto. All right, Bitcoin is another day, 2 days in a row. I've said this. Bitcoin is up. Bitcoin is up 1.12%. Ethereum trading around 42,842. Ethereum is up 2.13%. Excuse me, trading around 2,335. Our XRP is down 1.04%. All right, Bitcoin Cash is down 0.18, and Litecoin is down Bitcoin is up 0.18. Litecoin is up 0.55. And Monero is down 21.97%.
Okay, so that wraps up our Beat the Bell segment. Now let's hop into some pre-market analysis and look at the charts and see what we believe the forecast is saying for the markets that we look to trade today. Okay, so hopping over here into the charts, we're going to start off on the NASDAQ. Okay, we'll start off on the 1 day. We started with the 1 week yesterday, and we know that the markets are green on the bullish side for the NASDAQ. Okay, it did meet some resistance initially at this second standard deviation, and that gave us the retracement yesterday in the beginning of the session, and then in the afternoon it turned around as we projected. Okay, so the 1 day is still in a buy signal. All right, so for the longer term of the day, we'll be bullish. All right, 4 hour is showing some resistance off of that third standard deviation, resistance starting at around 17,770. Okay, stepping down into the 2 hour, it is mixed, getting some resistance off of that standard deviation. All right, the 1 hour did get a buy signal at 9 a.m. So showing some support for our other analysis that the futures may open on the green side. So it's looking like the equity futures, the NASDAQ specifically tech driven, will open up green and potentially charge up throughout the day. Potentially recovering from the lows of yesterday and some of the hits it took earlier in the morning. And now it might be green for the day. So that's what it's looking like. Equity futures will open up to the green side and potentially carry that tune throughout the day. So we will be bull side bias on the NASDAQ today. We're also going to check out the ZN, which is the 10-year Treasury notes, okay, to see if we have a confirmation that the equities will potentially be up. And on the 1 day, the ZN got a sell. So typically it's inverse relationship. When the interest rates are down, the equities are up. So we got a sell on the 10-year Treasury note futures, and we got a buy on the NASDAQ futures. So that inverse confirms what our theory is so far for the day. Stepping down into the 2 hour, we also have a sell here on the interest rates, which is in the middle of a sell signal, also confirming potential bullish moves on the equities. And then the 1 hour is in the middle of a sell-off. Although it is getting some support off that first standard deviation, it has been trending down since for this morning. So the ZN is confirming that the equities potentially will be up at the open. So we could be looking to buy the NASDAQ as well as sell the 10-year Treasury notes. Okay, hopping over into the energy markets, looking at oil. All right, oil has been trending down for the last 3 days. Okay, so it's looking into that sell side move. However, it did get some support off of that second standard deviation around 72.4. So we'll keep our eye on that. But right now, oil is showing down for the day. Okay, on the 2 hour chart, we just got a buy signal on oil at 8 o'clock. It has been trending up, did hit that third standard deviation and got some resistance. So we will see if that market comes up to around 73.54. We could potentially be looking for some sell side opportunities on the oil. Okay, so on the 1 hour, we have a buy signal at 7 a.m. So at the open, the energy markets may potentially be charging up. All right. And if it gets up to that 73.39, 73.4 area, we could be looking potentially for the sale. So as far as oil, we will be looking for buy side earlier in the session and sell side later in the session to continue on with that longer trend. All right, and wrapping it up in the energies, we're going to check out gold starting on the day. The gold is in the middle of a sell signal that came today. It just got a sell signal. So sell side on the gold for the longer term. Stepping down into the 2 hour, we did get a buy signal at 8 a.m. So kind of mixed right there on the gold. And we did get a buy at 1 hour as well. So shorter term may be looking just like the energy markets, gold on the rise earlier in the session and shorting on the latter half of the session. Okay, so we're looking to be bullish on metals and energies in the first half of the session, bearish in the second half of the session for metals and energy. Sell side bias throughout the day on the bond futures and buy side bias on the equity futures. Okay, so that rounds out our futures analysis, and we'll see how that pans out this morning.
Love it.
Okay, still trying to get the stock situated over there.
I was trying to log in and you caught me in the middle of that.
Okay, no worries. If you want me to, we're gonna check our watch list. Okay, so we're starting out the day at $7,200. We took a bunch of profits off the table yesterday. Okay. All right, so we took $50 off the table on IBM. We took $520 off the table from Tesla yesterday. These were our day trades. We took $100 off of Twilio yesterday. All right. We lost 183 on Path. All right. We won 26 on Lockheed Martin. We won 117 on Microsoft. We won 20 on Riot. Lost 121 on JP Morgan. We lost 168 on NVIDIA, and we lost 27 on USD/JPY. So overall, net positive for yesterday's day trading session. So if you got in any of those trades on the green side, congratulations. We were net positive on the day. So love to hear it, love to see it. We're starting out the day right now at 7,200 from the swing trades that we are holding. All right. And we will potentially, if we get stopped out at 7,000 for Netflix, but it seems like Netflix on the equity side will be charging up this morning. So that is where we're starting out around the $7,200, $7,300 mark. We were down about $1,200 in BlackRock. We see it's only down 800 right now. So that swing trade is starting to turn around even some more. And it looks to be on the upside as we come into today's market, okay? So let's go ahead and hop into the first half of our watch list while Dominique gets set.
I'm ready whenever you want to.
You ready?
You go ahead.
Okay. On the day chart, we see BlackRock is in the middle of a sales signal, but getting some quality support around 780. We got paid nicely off of IBM yesterday. IBM was trending down, got some bounce off of that third standard deviation. Okay, it is in the middle of a buy signal on the 1 day. All right, Nancy, we're currently up 69 bucks on the 200 shares. We're swing trading right now on Nancy in the middle of this buy signal. Excuse me. All right, Cruise. We are flat on Cruise, but it is in the middle of a buy signal up, and it's kind of meeting some resistance here in that $27 mark. Twilio. All right, we got paid off of Twilio yesterday on this short. All right, so it's continuing to be in the downside, and as we approach the opening bell, we will see where we are with those, okay? Dominique, you want to talk about some options that you are looking at?
Yes. All right, so this morning, one of the main ones I have my eye on right now is definitely Palantir. As you guys know, they released their earnings yesterday evening after the closing bell. I think I bought about 25 contracts or so on Palantir. So I'll be taking, or at least setting that stop loss at the market open here, okay? And they're currently up about $3.41 on the 5-minute chart. We had a buy. This was, no, that was this morning at 7:40 when that buy signal came in and actually started rising a little bit further up. And now we have it's entering a bit of a downtrend here as we start to enter the opening bell. But it looks like it may bounce off and continue to rise up. So we'll see in the next 5 minutes, really. We're looking on the 5-minute chart. Oh, we just got a sell signal here. So we'll see in the next 5 minutes upon the opening bell what this does. But that's the first thing that I'm definitely looking at is setting my stop loss on my Palantir calls that I have, and they will be profitable. So that is really good. Okay. Another one that I have my eyes out on this morning is 𝐷. I think I pulled it up for you here. Okay, 𝐷. So 𝐷 Cosmetics is releasing their earnings today after the closing bell. This is, I believe Phyllis or Nita, one of y'all. This is one of y'all favorite companies that you actually put me on to. I knew about the makeup, but I've never even thought about the stock for some reason. But anyway, so they're releasing their earnings today after the closing bell. They're currently up $1.31 pre-market. We did just receive a sell signal on this. On the 5-minute chart, but we can, let's take a quick look at the 1 minute. Yeah, it looks like we're trending down on the 1. And if we go to the 2-hour, we are trending up, which is reflective of the $1.31, and it's up pre-market. So for a lot of these, we kind of want to see how they're going to act once the market opens, but definitely keep my eyes out on 𝐷. I'm actually thinking and considering about entering 𝐷 after the market opens, so I can ride whatever anticipation. Typically with 𝐷, I've noticed before their earnings come out, and they typically do very well with their earnings, but there tends to be a lot of upside potential throughout the day ahead of their earnings, okay? So that's Palantir and 𝐷, and then I also want to cover NVIDIA. So NVIDIA, as you guys know, is a gift that keeps on giving. And also, we're both a little under the weather. I was a little sick. Well, first it was Odell, and now me. Now it's passing over to Dion here, but you can probably hear in our voice we're a little sick. We try to bring the energy today. So if y'all can drop some dollar signs or something to keep us motivated, please do so. Okay. All right. So NVIDIA here is on our 5-minute chart. We did just receive a sell signal. Okay. But they were up $31.72 yesterday. Yesterday evening, actually after hours, I noticed they actually went up another, I think, $17. Like, what is going on with NVIDIA? They're currently only up $6.38, but they are obviously positioned for a up open, okay? So we're going to keep our eyes on this, but these are some trades I'm looking into getting into. I was able to take about another two or three, I think about $3,000 extra additional profit. So I did maybe about $4,000 or $5,000 just kind of scalping NVIDIA yesterday. So looking forward to playing around with NVIDIA again today, but definitely looking to take those Palantir profits at the opening bell. All right. So those are some of the things that I'm keeping my eyes out on this morning. A good morning to everyone that is here, especially everyone that's new. I'm sure we have some new eyeballs. If you are new, please make sure that you guys are hitting the subscribe button. Okay, hitting the subscribe button and telling a friend to join us. All right. Colleen said, appreciate you guys giving us the golden nuggets, even sick. Listen, I'm telling Dion, I'm like, this tomorrow's show might have to be from the bed. Y'all might be coming to the bedroom with us tomorrow because, good Lord, it was a struggle to get here this morning. All right. So we're approaching the opening bell. As you can see, NVIDIA specifically is starting to fall a little bit. Remember when I was talking just a minute ago, NVIDIA was up $6 pre-market. Now it's only up $3.63. So really interested to see how this reacts at the opening bell. All right. Let us know what things you guys are eyeing this morning. As I mentioned, keep my eyes out on 𝐷. Definitely about to switch over and see how Palantir is reacting to the market open. We're about a minute away. Ooh, excuse me. We are about a minute away from the market open. Faith says, I have a call on Palantir spot and Lily looking to take profit at the... Ooh, Faith, you about to kill this morning. You are about to clean up. She has called on Palantir spot and Eli Lilly, and they are all up. Palantir is currently up $3.53. Let's take a look and see where spot is at right now, which is Spotify. They are currently up $17.85. Go ahead, Faith. And then last but not least, I think we mentioned earlier, Eli Lilly. All right. Eli Lilly. Where'd it go? Lost it. There we go. Eli Lilly is up $34.28. So breakfast, lunch, and dinner all is on Faith today, okay? Because she's about to have a beautiful, beautiful plus green sign when the market opens. It looks like it's 9:30 a.m. So we are officially at the opening. The market's officially open, all right? So Eli Lilly, Faith, as you can see, it's starting to fall just a little bit. I think it was previously up $34. Now it's up about $31. I see what our Palantir's doing. Palantir originally had a bit of a short, but it's actually starting to rise. And I think Dion actually said that this is what we were looking to, what was, oh God, likely was going to happen. Ooh, excuse me. I always sneeze in threes, so. Is there one more? Just two today. All right, I might need you to take it over. You okay now?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right.
All right, we got in our first futures trade at the opening bell.
Wow, what a show.
The NASDAQ opened and got into a buy signal immediately on the opening bell. All right. So we are currently in this first trade, and that is our first trade in the futures market, okay? So we will keep our eye on that. Excuse me. We will keep our eye on that and watch it. But we said that the NASDAQ would probably open up and start pushing to the upside, and that is exactly what it did. So let's see if they can hold that charge through this initial opening move and carry it out throughout the day, which was kind of forecasted, okay? All right, so, excuse me. With that being said, let's now check out our watch list. So we're gonna start out at VTI, overall market. We can see that the overall market is in a buy signal on the 1 hour. That got that at yesterday at about 2:30 p.m. or 1:30 p.m. It got a buy signal, all right? So we keep our eye on that, but that is telling us that the overall market is trending up on the 1 hour. The spiders, the SPY also got a buy signal at around 1:30 and has been trending up since then. So remember yesterday when we forecasted that the equity is going to be down around the open and push up in the afternoon, we can see that that is literally exactly what happened, okay? Tesla, we got paid nicely off the Tesla short yesterday. So congratulations if you got into that. We got in on this short right here yesterday at around 10:30, okay? And it's continuing to trend down.
Yeah.
Going into Riot, we got paid off a Riot short yesterday as well. Okay, so congratulations if you got into that Riot trade. Palantir at the open, look at that charge up right there. So if we want to get in on the stock trade, we could go ahead and look to enter into some trades on Palantir. Set our stop loss to risk, 0.05%. Okay. And we will go ahead and enter into the trade on Palantir on the buy side. So we're now long Palantir, okay? Stepping up to Microsoft. Microsoft also just got a buy on the 1 hour. So we're gonna go ahead and enter into Microsoft, all right? And so we're now long Microsoft and we're long Palantir. Okay, excuse me, stepping into Lockheed Martin. We got paid on the downside of Lockheed Martin yesterday from this short. Okay, JP Morgan, stepping up to JP Morgan on the 1 hour. It's in the middle of a buy signal from yesterday at 1:30. Amazon, all right, got a buy signal yesterday at 12:30. Apple, got a sell signal at the open on Apple. So we'll come in here, sell Apple, set our stop loss, 0.05%, sell Apple, okay? And we'll round it off right now for half of the watch list in the video, which is still charging up. So our current day trades that we just entered, okay? So for everybody watching or paying attention, we went long on Palantir, okay? We shorted Apple. We went long on Microsoft, okay? We went long on Microsoft. All right, so long Microsoft, long Palantir and short Apple off of the opening bell. We started out the day at about 7,200, so we'll keep our eye. We're already up about $200 on the morning from all of our trades in general, and we'll keep our eyes on our trades that we just put in on today. All right, and we seem to be charging up now already at 7,500 bucks. Okay, so we'll keep our eyes on that and go from there. All right, you got your eyes on anything over there, Dominique?
Yeah, so excuse me, eyeing L for sure. Let's go look at Palantir really quickly. So is this the, okay, sorry. All right, so Palantir, taking a quick look at that, we're up about 37, total return about 3,500, about 3,700 today. So I have a stop loss set for that. That is still continuing to trend up a little bit here. So on this Palantir call, I had a $17 strike price. All right, a $17 strike price with a March 8th expiration date. You guys know I always like to go a little further out just in case these companies don't do what we anticipate them to do. So clocking over $4,000 return so far, 150%. All right, so that is there. One of the ones that I am eyeing this morning, I think I had mentioned ELF. So let's go take a quick look at ELF and see if we have any, where to go, ELF. See if we have any signals on ELF here. All right, NVIDIA is falling. ELF, we did receive a buy. Oh, that's Monday. I'm on the wrong chart. Okay. So we did receive a buy. No, we did not receive a buy. So we had a short here, and then it's starting to, a sell here, and it's starting to kind of rise up a little bit. So I would love to have more of a stronger buy here before I hop in. Especially wait maybe till like 9:45 once the hype is over. So I have my eyes on L for sure. And then NVIDIA, oh, there was a lovely short here that would have been nice to catch. But this was at 9:30. So this thing literally just fell. So it was previously up almost $6 a share. Now it's actually down, honestly, almost $6. So we'll see if this continues to fall. I don't want to get in now because that sell signal came out at 9:30 and now it's 9:37, right? So those are a few of the ones I'm eyeing right now. I feel like there was one more. Let me know what you guys are doing. Good congratulations again to Lisa. She got in on Palantir as well. Very, very good. NVIDIA is continuing to fall. Palantir is holding steady and actually approaching. It looks like it's trying to approach the $4, being up $4, but we did just receive a sell signal at 9:35 on it. But as long as you have your stop losses set, you guys should be good to go. All right. Let's see. I feel like there was some other ones here. Amazon. So Amazon is currently down 68 cents as well. 60 cents pre-market right here. All right. It looks like it's in a buy, but it's kind of bouncing around a little bit, maybe consolidating. So yeah, those are some of the things we're eyeing this morning. What else we got over there?
Okay, yeah, so we exited that initial buy side trade, minimized the loss on the NASDAQ for 265, and then we had got into a sell side trade on the oil. Okay, and we minimized that loss as well. We are now in the sell side trade on the NASDAQ. It was just up $300, and now it's turning around as the markets start to trend up. It had a bounce off of this first standard deviation. So we will keep our eye on that. That's what's going on in the futures market. Those are the only two instruments that have got into a trade, which was the NASDAQ and the oil, and some of that volatility in this opening session is kind of whipsawing the market back and forth. So we will keep our eyes on that. okay? As far as our stock day trades, we did just get stopped out on Microsoft for that 5%, but the rest of the market positions that we're in are charging up. We know we started out at 7,200. We're now at 8,000, so we're up about $800 already on the day. For our short that we just got in for Apple, we're down 48 bucks. Okay, and for Palantir, we're already up $500. So we can go in on Palantir, okay? We risked $100 and now we're up $600. So if we want, we can go ahead and here and adjust our stop loss, all right, on Palantir to at least lock in our 200% return on our investment. Okay, so we risked $100 and now we're up $6. So what we can do is we can go ahead and lock in $200. All right, we can go ahead and lock in $200 on here. And we now have literally 100% of our money back and 100% profit. So we have 200% profit locked in on this. It just hit $700. So I'm going to trail it by about 300. So now I'm going to go in and lock in. It's at 600. So now what I'll do is I'll modify this and just go ahead and lock in $300, okay, for a 300% return. So we're already up 300% on this investment. Worst case scenario, we make $300 on this trade. And we got into this trade at 9:30. It's 9:41 and we're up realized $300 for the day on our day trade, okay? And we minimized Microsoft for that loss. So we're 1 for 2 right now. We lost less. We only lost $100 on the Microsoft trade. Now we're up guaranteed $300 on the Palantir trade. So we're net positive $200 already. And our overall positions are up almost, well, $1,200. We started out at 7,200 and now we're up to 8,400. Okay, so congratulations if you're in on Palantir. We just hit 800. I'm not going to keep manually adjusting the stop loss because that's not really what I do, but you know, it is charging up. So it's at 870. I'll go lock in 500 and just trail it by about $300. Okay, so we're now 600% return on Palantir. So if you're riding that ride, congratulations, okay?
I love it, yeah. And Palantir over here, from an option standpoint, just this specific option just crossed $4 a share. So we're up, excuse me, a little over $5,000, approaching 5,200. So nice little return over here on Palantir. If you guys are in these, let me know if you're still in this Palantir trade. Let me know if you're still in the Palantir trade. It's definitely seems like it's consolidating a little. It's been kind of going back and forth between this specific option price between $395 and $420 or so. So it's definitely consolidating. And so you want to make sure you have your stop loss set because this consolidation can go break out one way or the other. All right. So definitely make sure you lock those things in. Okay. I love it. I love it. Awesome. Vanessa's still in it. Lisa's still in it. Lisa, I just learned something new today watching Dion change the stop loss to save your profit. Yes, you're still in the trade. I love it. I love it. I love it. Awesome. Okay.
Yeah, and you can learn more by scanning that QR code and joining our free Discord community. Get in there and rock with the family and ask any questions, share your wins, et cetera, et cetera. And then also when it comes to learning from us specifically on what we do and how we do, you can scan the QR code and join the Wall Street Academy and put in the Money Matrix as the discount code and get 50% off of our course. Okay. So in here, we just want to focus on actually trading and investing in real time and help people have an opportunity to make money live in the markets. But the actual teaching and substance of what we do, let's call it the meat and potatoes, are in the course. Okay.
Meat and potatoes.
So let's check the comments and see if people have some things they are saying or analyzing or want us to analyze. If you want us to analyze stocks, bonds, options, forex, futures, or any of that in real time, let us know. It's not trading advice. We're not your fiduciaries. We're not trying to sell you any securities, but we will take a look at things and analyze it for exactly the way that we would execute those things. And some of them we actually do. We have our watch list where we are actually investing in our 2024 watch list, bigger picture, long term. We're holding those positions for at least 1 year or longer. Then we get in here and we do some swing trades and day trades live in the markets, okay?
I think I just got stopped out here.
Okay, I'm gonna go hop over to Dominique.
Yeah, so I just got stopped out. Not mad about it. So I think I stopped out for about $5,000 profit. So That's not bad. I paid $2,960 for these options and they just credited me $8,000.
Hey,
so not bad at all. Not bad at all.
What did you risk?
$2,960.
You risked $2,000 and you made $8,000. So
I made $5 because it's
$5. Okay.
Yeah, so I bought it for $2,960 and just sold them for $8,000.
250% return on that investment.
Yeah, really good return. So I did just get stopped out. I'm not sure if any of you guys are still in it, but it looked like it was starting to fall. Awesome. Okay. Miss No One's Spot Diva took $1,200 profit on Palantir. Congratulations to all the wins. Yes. Did I get a beep when I made my money? Okay, let's make sure. All right, we're celebrating all. I'm like, I want to get my beep too. All right, so I'm at 5,000 here. Now let's find some other trades to get into. Is the goal. All right, so just wanted to highlight that. Some of you guys may still be in it, but it looks like Palantir was starting to take a little dippy. So what time is it? 9:46. That must have been that consolidation, like it's up.
Lisa says she got into Palantir too.
I love it. Yeah, Lisa had was it Lisa? No, Faith. Faith, what you got going on over there, Faith? I'm sure you over there bussing because you had all the good calls this morning, Faith.
Vanessa says she's still in it. Janet says she's still in it. Yeah, she just said she just took $1,200 profit. Nice way to start the morning. Okay, Miss Suzanne is asking to look at Baba, Uber, and Square for call options. How do they look for swing? You want to take Baba? I'll take Uber and
Sure.
Okay, so you take Baba.
Nvidia is still falling over here. I was looking for a good entry point. I didn't know it was going to still continue to do this. All right, Baba. Me. B-A-B-A. Baba. Huh? Alibaba. I like that word. Okay. Anyway. Alibaba. All right. So an attempt to value Alibaba. So right now, Alibaba is currently up $1.50 per share, trading around $76.13. I thought they were trading in more than that. Maybe they do a split or something. I don't know. Anyway, I thought they were trading a little bit higher. Okay. So I'm looking at currently in the 5-minute chart right now. We have, it looks like a lot of things are starting to fall ever so slightly after the up open. So Alibaba is currently, we just received a sell signal. Well, not just, well, I guess a few minutes ago at 9:35 a.m. for Alibaba. All right. If we take a look, if you take a look at our 2-hour chart here, we did have this buy signal that came through, and then we have a little bit of a short that's happening right now. So as you can see, it is starting to fall ever so slightly right now. As far as with the earnings coming out this evening, it is obviously very, very hard to always say. I actually don't follow Alibaba as close as I used to. But Alibaba is releasing earnings tomorrow morning before the opening bell. We can kind of go back and see how they've done via past earnings, right? So right here, you can see the last time they had their earnings, which was last quarter, November the 16th, they fell a lot. Actually, they fell almost about $8 a share here. Okay, fell from, about $8 a share. Looks like it fell going out almost $10 a share. All right. So that's how they reacted from the last earnings here. And then going into their earnings before that, it looks like they actually were up about $3.81. So there's not a lot of consistency. It looks like it's definitely changing quite a bit as they release their earnings. Now, we may have some upside potential today as we are going into as we're going into the earnings announcement of it. But we do have a buy signal on the day chart. Okay, we do have a buy signal on the day chart, and then looking at our 2-hour chart, as I mentioned, we're still in the buy with a very, very slight fall. So it looks like today in general, Alibaba is going to be up. Right now, we're entering a slight downturn, which could be a really great entry point if you are looking to get into Alibaba option trade for the day, or to hold it through the earnings announcement. Okay.
All right.
Glad to look at something else.
Glad to see it. Yeah. So you looked at Baba. I'll take a look at Uber for her.
Okay.
Okay. So we just got into the Palantir purchase at 9:30. We're already up $1,000. Congratulations. We'll go ahead and lock in 700 of that. Okay. So we'll lock in $700 on the Palantir day trade. All right. So worst case scenario, we're up $700 on that. We also minimized our loss on Microsoft. Okay. So we're net up $600 on the stock trade. Also, our futures trades, we're shorting the NASDAQ. We're long gold right now. We're up over $1,600 in our futures trade, which brings us net to 4. All right, as the markets start to tank a little bit. So the NASDAQ, we are up $1,800, $2,000 as it drops. The oil futures, we're up 50. All right. Gasoline, we're up about $50, and then we're down on silver about $100. So net, we're up over $2,000 on our futures trades. Congratulations, right? So this goes into diversification. So we're up $2,000 in futures. We're up $700 in stock. Okay, on these day trades that we've already got in. And then also on the option side, Dominique already took $3,000 off the table on options. So $5,000 on options. So we're up collectively almost $10,000 from the trades that we've just put in on the day. So congratulations if you're riding any of those rides. Okay, just wanted to highlight that. And this is always why risk management comes in.
And this is us sick trading.
Right. This is us
trading sick.
Under the weather, running it up. Okay. So Miss Suzanne wanted us to look at Uber. So let's go ahead and look at Uber from the top down. All right. Let me fix my charts a little bit for y'all so we can see. Okay. All right. So let's look into Uber. All right. Uber Technologies.
Uber easy.
All right. So for those of you most people are familiar with Uber, but as I like to do top-down analysis, she wants to look at swing trading for options. So whatever I do, something that's not on the watch list, I always start at the month so everybody can see how we do top-down analysis. So Uber went public in 2019. We can see it went public at $40. It reached the all-time high of about 53, okay? And went into a sale around August 2021, down to about lower 20s, and then got an up signal in March of 2023, and has been trending up since then, okay? So if you are long on Uber Technologies, these are maybe some quality areas to get in because it has now surpassed its all-time high and is looking to be charging up for at least the last 12 months, all right? Now we're stepping down into the week, okay? As I look at options, if I'm looking for naked call options, naked swing trading options, I'll look for a confluence of at least 3 time frames, okay? I want at least 3 time frames to be telling me the exact same thing at the exact same time, okay? So on the 1 week, we are in the middle of a buy signal. So if I'm looking at leaps, I'm looking at weeks and months, okay? And then if I'm looking at swing trading, I'm looking at the 2 hour, the 1 day, and the 1 week to be in alignment, all right? So the 1 week is in the middle of buy signal for Uber. The 1 day is also in the middle of a buy signal since January 11th. Okay, so I got 2 out of 3 so far. And then on the shorter time frame, my 2 hour chart is also in a buy. So from Uber standpoint, on a swing trading standpoint, I would be okay getting here on the stock side, okay, or the option side. And the earliest expiration date that I would be looking for a swing trade would be 7 days out, okay? So if I'm looking at Uber right now, I would be okay with getting call options on Uber, maybe at the money, 50 delta, 40 delta, 30 delta, depending on the risk you want to take. All right. And I would be buy side bias on this 7, 14, 30, 60 days out on the options, depending on your budget, depending on how much you can risk. Okay. Since I now have a call option edge on those things, I'm going to step down into the lower time frames so I can now start to be more precise with my entry point. So for an example, Uber has been trending down for the last 3 hours. So maybe I will wait on the 15-minute chart. Now we're starting to get some buy side pressure. So I would wait for the 15-minute chart or the 5-minute chart to give me a buy signal, which we just got at 9:45. Okay, so now I would be more comfortable at entering now because every second matters, especially when you're trading options, right? So I work from top down. And then now I start to get laser focused on my entry. So now the 5-minute is going to turn before the 15-minute, the 1 minute is going to turn before the 5-minute. And so now I got a buy signal on the 1 minute at 9:54. Boom. I will go look at my options chain. And now I got a little selling pressure here at the VWAP actually on the 1 minute. So I would wait 1 minute to see if I get some support here, and I just got a sell on the 1 minute. So now I would wait until I get the next buy signal on this 1 minute, and then I would enter into the trade on my call option because time matters when you're buying naked calls, right? So I want to use every edge in my favor for the confluence of events. So now I would sit on my hands, okay, and I would go ahead and enter. If I wanted to do some stock day trades or swing trades on this, I would set my stop loss. I would only risk up to 5%. Okay, and now I'm going to wait for Uber to give me a buy signal on the 1 minute from my algorithm. And when it does, I would enter and I would look to hold this trade for on a stock day trade, on a stock swing trade, at least 3 to 7 days. On the option, I'm starting at 7 days and outward, depending on how much I can afford. And I'm going to actually enter into this trade with Miss Suzanne because the analysis looks good. Okay, so now I'm waiting on a 1 minute buy side of Uber. All right. Nice. And that would be my analysis. So she's also looking for square or block. So you want to do analysis on that?
Yeah.
And I'll announce when we get in on Uber. But we're starting to get some support now at Uber right under that VWAP. And then when this 1 minute goes green, I'm going to enter in.
Okay. Well, while we're doing that, I wanted to enter into 𝐿F. It was starting to rise today, but it's actually starting to fall a little bit from its previous buy signal. So I think this might be a good entry point to kind of ride that back up. It looks like it's just in a brief retracement here. So currently I'm looking at 𝐿F. This could be a day trade or overnight trade. I believe 𝐿F is releasing their earnings tomorrow or this evening. I think this evening. And historically, 𝐿F always rises after their earnings. Historically, if you look at the last like 7 quarters, it literally has always risen. Then obviously past performance is no indication of future results, but it's a very high probability, all right? So I'm going to come in here. I'll change my expiration date to March 15th. I'm going to go out a little bit further, all right? I'm going to take a look at this option right here, and then, my mouse getting tired. All right, so they cost these a little bit more expensive, $1,320. So I'm going to go in and buy 5 of these, review, price point 13.05. 13.05. Okay. I'll make sure. Okay, perfect. I'll make sure it's adjusting for this slight fall. All right, cool. So we are in that trade. All right. So let's see how 𝐿F treats us. All right. So the other one you said is Square, correct?
Yep. She's looking at Square.
Let's take a look at Square. So Square, it says block, Square surpasses market returns. All right, so that was a few days ago. Okay, so looking at Square today, it's currently up $2.79. We had this buy signal that came through. Oh, that was this morning at 7:55 a.m. and it's literally been just teetering along, and then it had a breakout, right? It's a little consolidation, and it broke out right here. And it's up $2.55 on the 5-minute chart, okay? Looking at our 1-minute chart to get a little granular, we just get a sell signal, okay? That's just on the 1 minute. But on the 3-minute and the 5-minute, things are trending up. This is for, she said, swing trade. On this, Dion.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't see it for some reason. Okay, so for a swing trade right now, like this is one thing I would say. I think you said, Miss Suzanne, is the buy signal did come through around 7:55, and it is starting to it has already really trended all the way up, right, to its third standard deviation band, right? So we're getting some resistance here as it's approaching the second standard deviation band. So with that being said, we may want to see if it kind of falls down to this second standard deviation band, and maybe it will bounce off of this, and this could potentially be a good entry point. But as I also mentioned, right now we have a short, we have a sell signal on the 1 minute. Okay, so with that being said, I'm able to wait until we get a buy side signal on the 1 minute, and then that will probably be a good entry point for a swing trade. Okay, so right now it is starting to fall down a little bit. So I will wait. If you want to be on the call side of this trade, then I'll wait for that buy signal. But if you want to be on the sell side, or the put side, we do have some sell side opportunity that just came through at 9:59, so about a minute ago. So you could have some possibility to ride this down. As you can see, this is the third bar. To ride this down ever so slightly before it starts to rebound. Okay, so that is that for Square. Disney. So did you already do Disney?
No.
No? Okay. So Disney. Oh, Disney. I don't know about this Disney. Sometimes, see, Disney burned me one time, so I feel like I don't even touch it with its earnings because you just never know. Disney has so many different layers to it. It has the streaming, it has the parks, it has the vacation. It has so many different layers, and that's what annoys me about Disney stock is they'll come out and say, you know, our parks are doing great, but our streaming is not. And like, it will cause the stock to go the opposite way or whatever, opposite of what we anticipated to go. That's why Disney stock really frustrates me a little bit because it does have so many divisions. Okay. But currently on the 1 minute chart, we did just receive a sell signal. Okay. For Disney here. So we did just receive a sell signal right here for Disney in the 1 minute. And then looking at our 5 minute, looks like we had probably a buy that came through. Yeah, we had a buy that came through at 9:35. It's been trending up since, and now it's starting to fall. So it looks like everything, I don't want to say everything, concretely, but many stocks are starting to fall that previously were up maybe about 20 minutes ago, all right? So over time, how they're going to do with their earnings, I honestly have no clue. And honestly, it's because it has been so inconsistent. But if you guys can see this small chart over here to the right, they have done well the last, I guess 3, and then this one they did not do well. They're either hitting it or they're either hitting it or exceeding it ever so slightly. But it's what the CEO comes on and says. That is what has messed them up because I've watched the stock very closely. So I don't really know how this stock is going to do, which is why personally I'm not going to touch it because it is just always so volatile because Disney has so many different divisions there, honestly. But right now, it is in a buy signal for the day. All right, it is in a buy signal for the day, but right now it is starting to downturn slightly.
Okay, so hopping over here into the futures chart, if you are in any of these trades, congratulations. We're riding this ride down. Our NASDAQ trade is up $3,400 on the short side, and from the algo calling out that sale. And then also we just got in on the ES. We're also short the ES and we're up $500 on there. So although we are even on the short on silver and we are losing $140 on the buy on the oil, the equities are holding us up. We're up 3,200 unrealized with a total P&L now over 1,800 from these trades. The other thing I want to bring up is look how patience, self-control, and discipline plays into this. Now, we did our analysis that the bigger picture long-term for the swing trade for Uber was bullish, but we said we're going to wait until the short term is ready. Now, when we got into this analysis, Uber was right here at the VWAP at $69.17. And I said, we're going to wait until we get the buy signal. And from that, literally, Uber has came all the way down to its third standard deviation at the bottom to 68.50. And if you're in a call option, that affects your bottom line, right? Because the time, first and foremost, when you buy a naked call option, time decay. So for the moment you get in, you want to be profitable and or going in that direction. So if we would have said, oh, you know what, the long-term analysis is cool, I'm doing it a week out, 2 weeks out, a month out, I'm gonna be okay if I just enter right now, you would now already be down in your trade. And depending on where your stop loss might have been, you might have got taken out of your trade, right? Because every second, every minute matters in these trades. So here's where patience, self-control, and discipline. Now, if we get into this Uber trade, now we're starting to see some support. It literally bounced off of that third standard deviation. If we're starting to get some support and it may get a buy signal here, then we will enter. But now we're going to enter when it gets a buy signal and it's starting to trend up, and our option and or our stock swing trade has the opportunity to go profitable immediately and or earlier, right? Versus getting into this trade and then trying to wait for it to turn around. I don't care if you're doing 7 months, 7 days, 7 months, 7 years, you still want a quality entry point. And this is where patience, self-control, and discipline can help serve you. And now we're starting to get some quality bounce off of that third standard deviation. And now, again, we're going to wait for the buy signal as the confirmation on the 1 minute chart. Just like we're doing over here in our futures, we're now up over net positive $2,000, right? And so when we look at our also our trades for today, these details matter, okay, with what we are doing. So we're doing overall analysis, yes, but then once we make our decision, then we want to lock in and get laser focused for our entry points to be our best entry points that they can be over that time as well, okay? So congratulations if you waited and did not get into the trade yet because the data did not say get in right now, okay? So hopefully you guys did that. All right, Faye said she just took $3,000 in profit from her trades. Congratulations, Faith. Jenna said she just did $1,400 of profit on Palantir. Congratulations. Colleen said she held on to Twilio and sold in the green this morning. Congratulations, Colleen. You just did Disney for Alexandria. Colleen says, I'm in. Suzanne says, thank you so much. Suzanne says, love you guys. Thank you, Mr. Dion. Is your 1 minute chart in a sell or an Uber? Mine is. Trying to see if our charts are the same. Our charts are definitely not the same because this is a brand new algorithm. So if you have the old algorithm, you could have something that is similar, but it's not the same for sure. But if you are seeing now some buy side support coming into Uber, that is what is showing on my 1 minute chart. But again, I'm still going to wait for the buy signal. And when I get the buy signal, then I will enter into the trade on the swing trade for us. And if you guys get into options, okay, cool. You could trade the signals different ways, right? But we're going to wait and get into the Uber calls or the Uber buy side for the swing trade once we actually get the buy signal on the 1 minute chart. It has been trending up now from that standard deviation, third standard deviation for about 5 minutes. So we shall see when it turns, okay?
Love it. Love it, love it. So,
and we just took profits off the table. Let's see where we got. I'm sorry, real quick.
No, you're good.
We just took some profits off the table, and now we are net positive on our futures. And so now we're still up 1,000. So we're now up over $1,200 on that. I want to see what did we just take profit on. Okay. Yeah, we took profit on the ES. Okay. So we just took about $500 of profit on the ES on that ride down. Congratulations if you were in that trade. We're now flat on the ES. Still in the sell side on the NASDAQ, up $1,400. Okay. All right. And you're doing some analysis over there, or you just
no, just I wanted a quick news. So I was just reading that apparently the super micro board member just bought $1 million in stock after this 600% surge.
Interesting.
Very interesting, right? So for them to enter on super micro after it literally already ballooned, they must know something. They must know something. And that ticker symbol is SMCI. I believe we were looking at SMCI yesterday. I wanted to see where it's currently trading at.
All right, we just got the buy signal on Uber, so I'm gonna go ahead and enter into that Uber trade.
All right, so I'm gonna enter some Uber options. Uber options. Well.
All right, and we're now in the Uber trade.
Even computer's not even blank.
Okay, so while she's trying to get that up,
Look at my computer, it's just white. It's
we'll take a look at the Uber trade in. As soon as we got in, there was some selling pressure. So we got the buy signal here at 10:08. I was looking at the futures chart and we got in right here at 10:09. All good. There was a little selling pressure when we got in there, but we're down $6 now. This is a swing trade, everybody. Remember, so with it being a swing trade, I'm looking to hold this for at least 3 to 7 days. We just went profitable. This is a swing trade. I'm entering it in on the day. I'm only risking 5%, and I'm looking to hold this for at least 3 to 7 days at a minimum. I will ride the ride for as long as it pays me, unless I get stopped out. All right. So hopefully everybody understands that. I specifically looked at it because Ms. Suzanne asked for swing trading calls. But I let Dominique handle the options here because that's her love, and I sell premium, and I don't really feel like teaching that in the middle of a live session. So
yes, I just got in on 10.
Okay, so we'll switch over to Dominique, and she'll walk you guys through the Uber.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. So I just got in at 10 calls on Uber. $67.50 strike price with a March 15th expiration date. All right, so let's see. I just got in. I can't even remember what my price executed at. All right, so we executed at 480 was the cost. So we're up about 2%. We're up about $100 right now. So not bad for 30 seconds of being in a trade. All right, so we're currently up about 100. So we'll see if this continues to rise. I'm not going to set a stop or anything on this, honestly, because I am here and I'm watching, so I don't really feel the need to set a stop, and I want to give this a little bit of room to move right now. So yeah, I think my computer maybe froze, but yeah, we're currently up about $100 so far. So I chose a $67.50 strike price with a March 15th expiration, okay, for Uber. Okay, so yeah, just wanted to highlight that really quickly. I think there was some more news.
Okay, we're also up now $23 on our stock Uber swing trade. So we're now profitable, right? And that's where attention to detail comes in. So now, yes, we did get a buy signal on the 1 hour, the 2 hour, the 1 day, and the 1 week. And now we could feel even more confident to ride that ride, but we lasered.
You okay?
Lord, we battling. I don't even remember what I was about to say.
It's cool. It's cool.
Pay attention to detail. Time matters, okay? Because I'm just over here battling right now.
All right, let me know what you guys are currently trading. Yeah, it's been an interesting day in the markets. Definitely, Palantir was a lovely win. Congratulations again to everyone on those Palantir wins. Also, interesting to see how NVIDIA is falling this morning, but you know, this is kind of what it does. It goes up, it goes down. I wish I had saw that sales signal. I definitely would have hopped in and wrote it down for sure. Okay.
All right, we're now up 40% on our Uber trade. We risked $100. We're up $45 already on the Uber trade. If you're in the call, you should be up nicely already. Congratulations, and it's charging up. So now we got a buy signal on the 1 minute that we're riding up. Been riding up for the last 5 minutes, right?
We're up nicely, yeah. And our calls were up 6%.
Hey, look at that.
$300.
We just got a buy signal on the 5-minute, so love to see that. Now the 1 minute and the 5 minute are aligning. The 15-minute hasn't even got a buy signal yet. The 15-minute is still in a sale, right? So obviously the 1 and the 5 are going to turn before the 15-minute because that's how math and time works, right? And the 1 hour is also still in a it's in a longer term buy signal, but off of that is selling pressure from the last 3 hours. So now we would be looking to make C to C and follow. Uber started to push through on the 15-minute, then it would push through on the hour and get aligned with the longer time frame. So love to see this up already 40%. And Dominique up 6% on the options, okay? So hopefully you guys see that attention to detail, and that's what we cover in the Wall Street Academy. Not just what to do, but how to do it, when to do it, and why to do it, okay? No matter how you come across the money matrix, welcome, okay? This is what we're doing every day, Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. We are not only teaching it, but we teach it in the course, but we actually execute the same things that we preach about, right?
Yeah,
we actually practice what we preach, and then we're doing it live in real time, and you see how we're making money and how the whole community is making money, okay? So I encourage you, when you do subscribe to the channel, make sure you turn on your notifications so that you get a reminder every time that we are live, okay? We're now up 50% on our Uber analysis and calls. Oh, well, the stock swing trade. Okay.
We have a guest in the audience. We're not going to say who you are because we don't want to pinpoint your location.
We got some studio, live studio audience.
He's currently trading Boeing, right?
Boeing, yeah.
Boeing. And what you want to? Are you short, long? What do you?
Well, I did a gap trade. I had identified a gap about maybe 2 or 3 days ago.
Ooh.
I set alerts. I said, hey, if it come back to the gap, just notify me. And as y'all were talking, I was like, she getting a trade and I got the notification. I was like,
oh, nice, nice.
Right
so
there.
you're up, you're long or short? Your calls or
calls.
Calls.
Yeah, calls on Boeing.
Calls.
Okay.
Nice.
2 days out. Set a same day expiration because sometimes it burns me. And I did $204 in like 2-3 minutes.
Nice. Very good. Can we get the little boop, boop, boop?
So he what he's saying is basically he got a signal from his trade analysis. He got in on a buy side call and scalped $200 profit off of it in like a couple of minutes.
I love that. Love that. We're also we had just crossed $400 profit in the last couple of minutes that we've been in this Uber trade.
Nice.
It's kind of consolidating a little bit, I believe, and but yeah, it's going back and forth between that 6% and 7% return, but still a great return, just like Abu said, for being in a trade for a couple minutes, sitting down, opening your laptop, clicking a couple buttons, and making some lunch money, right?
Nice. So now we just got a buy signal on the 15-minute chart for Uber. So now literally the 1 minute, the 5 minute, and the 15-minute all are in alignment, getting buy signals with the longer time frames. And now at the top of the hour at 11 o'clock, we will be ending the show, but it's a high probability that Uber will start to show some support. It probably won't be as aggressive enough it's already in a buy signal. So we actually don't even need it to be in a buy signal for the 1 hour because it's already been in a buy signal since February 1st. It was just meeting some resistance at 69.11. So what we'll be looking for is for it to push through that resistance of 69.11. And right now, all the time frames, 1, 5, 15, 1 hour, 2 hour, 1 day, 1 week, and 1 month are all showing up for Uber. So we did mention that this was a swing trade, and we will ride this ride for as long as it pays us, okay? So we're long Uber on the swing trade of today. We've already got paid off of our day trades thus far, and we've also locked in. What did we lock in on Palantir? Palantir is now up $1,600. Congratulations. We'll go ahead, adjust our stop loss, and lock in 1,300 of that, okay? And continue to trail it. So now we got $1,300 locked in on our Palantir trade. We're up $60 on our Uber day trade, and we're up $1,200 on our futures trade, okay? So We're up, what's that, 25, we're up $2,600 on our 3 day trading opportunities just for today. And the market has only been open for 45 minutes.
Love it.
And then also Dominique has already taken off $5,000 off the table from the Palantir option. So that puts us up 7,500. And now she's also in the Uber call up 300. So we're up about
450, yeah.
450. So let's call it $8,000 net profit on this morning. Love to see it. Congratulations if you guys are in any of these trades. Remember, trading and investing is personal. Do it at your own risk. But see that the Money Matrix family, we get into the bag, okay?
Our ELF is starting to rebound as well. The ELF trade that I got into, I'm currently down about $25. So it is starting to trend back up, which is really exciting to see. So that's another thing I just wanted to highlight for you as well. So things are, it looks like a lot of the things that we got into are starting to trend up. Actually makes me want to go check back on NVIDIA, see what she's doing over there today. So she has fallen a lot today. She's fallen about $13 and $13.25. All right. So this is the day chart. On our 5-minute chart, I'm expecting this thing to rise because this is just what NVIDIA does. It just goes up and down all day long. Very aggressively. It makes it for great earning opportunities. Our 5-minute chart, as you guys can see, we had this sell signal that came through at 9:30. It's literally been trending down since then. But it looks like we're getting a little resistance here at this second standard deviation band we're getting here. It's kind of like that's creating a lot of support there. So looks like we may start to see this thing turn around. Let's look at our 1-minute chart. It looks like it's attempting to trend up. We still don't have any signal. Oh, we did just get a buy signal actually. So we got a buy signal at 10:14. How did I miss this? We got a buy signal at 10:14. I usually have my eyes on NVIDIA. I'm over here messing around with Uber. So we have a buy signal that came through at 10:14. Then we just have another sell signal that came through. So it's playing around a little bit. Let's check our 3-minute chart. 3-minute chart. We are still in this sell. And then our 5-minute, we're still in the sell. So I'm going to keep my eyes on NVIDIA. I think there's going to be an opportunity to ride the turnaround with this one specifically. But Palantir, I got knocked out of that trade, but if you're still in it, I'm sure you're smiling. It's doing very well. No regrets on my part. Listen, I'm still very happy with the $5,000 that Palantir brought in for me today. But I do think there's going to be some upside opportunity with NVIDIA. And as I mentioned, ELF is starting to turn around as well. We have it's a 1-minute. We will see this. So we have a buy on the 5-minute and on the 3-minute here for ELF. So we're starting to see that go profitable. Then we could take a quick look at Uber since we're on my screen. As you mentioned, Uber is trending up. Right here, Dion called that beautifully, right? You see that? So that a buy signal came through at 10:12 and it's literally been riding up since then. So it looks like that is going to continue to trend up as you mentioned. So
okay, so we just took $2,400 off the table on the collective NASDAQ trade, and now we're in the buy side, up another $300. Excuse me. We're in the buy side of NASDAQ. So congratulations if you took money off the table for that sale. We are now in the buy side on the algorithms for the NASDAQ, okay? It's charging up off of in between that second and third standard deviation and now starting to charge back up to the VWAP. There was a little selling pressure that came in at that first standard deviation. We will see if it charges back up to the VWAP, but we did just exit the sell side trade for a very, very nice profit. Let's see where we actually got in on that. We got in on the NASDAQ at 17,717, and we rode it down to 17,650. So a 68-point run on that NASDAQ call by the algo, and then the algo just got into the buy side now on the futures for the NASDAQ as well. So we'll keep our eye on that. It was up $300, did meet some resistance at that first standard deviation, and we will keep our eye on that trade, but we are pretty nicely profitable for today all around. So congratulations if you are in any of those trades, because we are net positive all around. Now, coming to check over, we're up $1,600 on Palantir. So congratulations if you are in on that. And then let's check on Uber from a stock standpoint. All right, so from a stock standpoint on Uber, we're up $67, so about 67%. But also keep in mind, we started out today from our swing trades up 7,200, and right now we're up about 8,100. So we're up $900 profit on the, we're up $900 profit on the stock trades that we've made today, intraday as well. Okay. So congratulations if you are in any of those trades. All right. All right. Cool. Okay. So if you guys have any stocks, bonds, options, forex, futures, or crypto you want us to analyze, a bunch of selling pressure just came into the NASDAQ. Right at, what was that, 1025, okay? So a lot of selling pressure just came into the NASDAQ, all right, on that buy signal. If you got your stop losses, depending on where it is, you might have got stopped out, but the algo is still holding the buy trade, but a lot of selling pressure just came in. If you have any stocks, bonds, options, forex, futures, or crypto that you guys want us to analyze here in real time, drop what analysis you want us to do. And then also keep in mind, let us know if you're looking to invest in it, if you're looking to swing trade it, if you're looking to day trade it, so we can kind of do a quality overall analysis for it, okay? All right, so Ms. Suzanne says, hoping you guys feel much better soon. Yes, Uber is working to the upside. Thank you. Yep, congratulations. Glad you were able to ride that ride, okay?
Love it. So let's, we could talk really quickly about the rest of the earnings that we have for the week here. Just to pull this up full screen. Right. All right, so let's talk about some of the rest of the earnings that we have for the rest of the week, okay? So we have, as you guys know, we are still in the thick of earnings season. Tons of opportunity yesterday, today, this morning, and going to the rest of the week. So this morning, as you know, we had Eli Lilly, Spotify, all beating their earnings. Hertz was something that we talked about yesterday. I actually want to hop over for a second to see how Hertz did, because we talked about it yesterday, but I think that they did not do well with their earnings, but we'll hop over for a second. Also, Toyota, let's take a quick look and see how Toyota did as well. So let's look at Hertz and Toyota. But this evening we have Snap, and don't forget Snap just announced that they are laying off 10%, I believe, of their workforce today. And then we also have Ford this evening, Chipotle, and then we also have ELF, who I'm currently in, Amgen, MicroStrategy, et cetera, okay? Going into tomorrow morning before the open, we have Uber, right? We have Uber, we have Alibaba, we have Roblox as well. The Carlyle Group. Going into Wednesday, we have PayPal, Disney, excuse me, Wynn, Mattel, Paycom, and McKesson. All right, and then going into Thursday, some of the highlights: Affirm, Pictures, Cloudflare, Expedia, Hershey, Lincoln Financial, Pet Meds. And then going into Friday, we have Blue Owl and PepsiCo as well. So as you can see, we still have a lot of earnings that are coming out this week. So let's take a quick look at Hertz and Toyota. If I can find my mouse here. Right. Excuse me. All right, so let's take a quick look here at Hertz, because I know we were looking at them yesterday. We haven't mentioned them at all today. So Hertz is currently up 56 cents per share currently. They did have a buy signal that came through, okay, this morning around before the opening bell. So actually up about 50 cents per share. I know some people were actually considering investing into that long. So if so, okay, if you got into that trade yesterday, you should be, or investment, you should be up. The other one that we were looking at was Toyota. All right. So Toyota released their earnings, actually up $15 a share. Congratulations, Toyota. That is huge. That is huge for them. They're up about 7%, which is about $15 a share. So up $15 per share. So I want to just highlight those. I know we did talk about those yesterday. So those are two that did end up big up from their earnings. So very good there.
Okay.
All right. Let's see. I'm still waiting to see if we get a buy. I don't want to enter on the sell side of this NVIDIA trade because it's been long down for a while. Still no buy signals coming in that we're seeing. But you said we just got a lot of sell side. We did get a buy signal.
We did get some initial sell side pressure at 1025.
Yeah.
Now the NASDAQ has bounced off of support on that second standard deviation below the VWAP, and it's starting to charge back up. So we are still in this same buy trade. We had initially went up $300, and then we went down about $700 till it bounced on that second standard deviation. So we'll keep our eye on that. I do want to see what happened with our Apple short. I know we shorted Apple at the beginning, only risked 5%, and it looks like
a little bit right
we
now.
got stopped out.
Yeah.
Yep, we got stopped out on our Apple short. Okay, so shorted Apple, shorted Microsoft, lost those two. Okay, up very nicely on Palantir and up on Uber. So we took 4 day trades today, 2 for 4, and out of that 2 for 4 on Uber, we are. Where are we at on Uber? On Uber, we're up 88%. Nice, congratulations. And we also, on Palantir, we have, we literally just got stopped out for $1,300 profit on Palantir. So congratulations if you got into that Palantir on the stock day trade. I know a lot of you guys took money off the table for the options already. So we're now flat on Palantir, just took $1,300 off the table. So we lost 2 trades for $100 each, okay? So that took us down 200. Then we just won one for 1,300. So that brings us to net positive 1,100. And now we're up we were up 88% on Uber, but now we're up 67% and we're on that. So right now we're at about $1,167 profit from our day trades just on today. And I know you see the P&L drop from that 8,400 to 65. That's because this is only showing active trades, and we just took that $1,300 off on Palantir. Okay, so congratulations.
And we did just get a buy on NVIDIA on the 1 and the 3.
Okay.
I was hoping to get one on the 5 as well, but it does look like it's starting to turn around a little bit.
Okay. Yeah.
Just FYI.
And it makes sense. The NASDAQ futures are charging up pretty strongly off of that second standard deviation. Like I said, we had initially took almost $2,000 off the sale, right? Then they got a buy. We initially went up 300 and it went down 700. And now we're literally only down $1.90 as it charges back up. Try to push through that first standard deviation at 17,649. Seems like it's the next resistance area. We pushed through that 17,649. Then the VWAP is at 17,694. So another 30-point run until we get to the VWAP seems very, very promising for this buy side signal. And then if we cross over to the VWAP on the upside with some buying pressure and some nice volume, we could be on that ride that we talked about for the later half of this session going into the afternoon, which we said looks bullish. So a lot of our pre-market analysis is pretty much on point, if I do say so myself. But again, everybody, patience, self-control, discipline, learning, and we're literally about to go profitable now and we just went profitable. So we were up 300. We went down 700. Still stayed in the trade, sticking to the rules. Okay, the algo has now come all the way back and is now profitable. We had a $1,000 loss initially from the futures. We did about $2,000 we took off the table. So now we're realized up 797, and now we're profitable in both 2 out of our 3 current trades. And we're it's battling at the NASDAQ here. Like I said, that 649, it needs to push through that first standard deviation to the upside, getting a little resistance there, and now we just pushed through it. So now we're starting to see a lot of buying pressure come in. I want to look to see that this volume picks up, and if this volume picks up as we charge up to the VWAP, it could be a nice long green run for the rest of the session and the rest of the afternoon.
And I just entered into my futures trade. I'm in the NASDAQ.
Hey.
Over here, the micro NASDAQ. So I have 4 contracts. My stop loss is set. I entered it like 30 seconds ago. I'm up about $60. Not sure if you guys are on my screen. You'll see I'm currently up here. I also just entered NVIDIA as well.
Nice.
Got calls on NVIDIA, and I'm still profitable in Uber.
Okay.
Uber.
So yes. So Eileen, Ms. Vargas said, Dom, would you stay in your Uber call until after earnings impact tomorrow or get out today?
I don't know. I'm not super confident in Uber, to be honest. I think I may get out today. I do plan on holding ELF, though. I'm not 100% confident in Uber. May have to do a little bit more research in Uber before I make that decision, so I'm not sure yet. If so, I'll let you guys know in the Wall Street Academy Discord.
Okay, and we're now crossed over $200 profitable in the NASDAQ futures trade as we broke through that first standard deviation, now up to the upside. And like I said, it should charge up. If the volume picks up, it should charge up to around that 17,693 where the VWAP is. And then it may meet some initial resistance at that VWAP. However, if it does, we will see if the first standard deviation now becomes an area of support, and then they charge it back through the VWAP as it picks up volume to cross through. So we will keep our eye on that. I do foresee at 17,693, if it pushes up to that VWAP, there will be some initial resistance, but I'm interested to see if it breaks through that on the upside. Let's see the last time it was above that.
And we're up just... Well, okay, I lost it. Uber, we're up about 15%, almost $800.
Hey,
and then in NVIDIA, I lost it. I thought, oh wait, I lost NVIDIA. I just entered the NVIDIA trade. Okay, now I can't find it. Where'd it go? Give me a second on that one.
Okay, so it seems to be the market has been respecting this VWAP here at that 17,693, which makes sense because it's approaching a new 100, 17,700. So that does make sense.
Okay, here we go.
I'll let the algos continue to trade, but again, data-driven reasons to get in and out of a trade. If I do see that it struggles to beat that VWAP, it is showing as a strong area of resistance. Okay,
I love it. Yeah,
literally around the even all the way down to yesterday's open. So
and we're
we
up
should be nicely profitable
too in NVIDIA. If anyone is in NVIDIA too, so
nice.
We're up 865 there, and then I think 700, 800, and 850 in Uber. So about now we're at 1,000 in NVIDIA. So about 1,800 there, and then I have about 152 in my futures or my learning account that I'm. So yeah, really, really good for the last 5 minutes, right?
Nice. Love to see it.
I'm gonna set some stops and yeah, very, very good. Anybody else get into NVIDIA, or what was the other one we got into? Uber or anything? Yeah. Oh, good. Well, you called it. Awesome. No, for NVIDIA, he said he saw a little gap happening there.
Nice.
So
nice.
yeah,
nice.
we called that as well 15 minutes ago. Yep. So did you get in? Yep. You're in. Are you shares or options?
Options.
Options. Lovely.
Nice.
Lovely.
Love to see it. Love to see it. Okay, so there is some strong selling pressure at this 17,660 as the NASDAQ trying to kind of battles through that. So we will keep our eye on that. Okay. But I want to see if the first standard deviation now becomes an area of resistance, if they're still going to resist here, or they're going to pick up some volume and volatility and actually push through it.
Love it.
Okay.
Love it.
And let's go over here and check out our Uber trade. Where are we at on Uber?
Miss Rita's in Uber as well, and Vanessa is in Uber, and then Lisa also is in Uber.
All right, we're up 119% on Uber. So congratulations on the stock day trade. Okay, so we can now, if you want, go ahead and adjust your stop loss to break even if you want, because you can either do it at break even, right? So now we can't lose any money in this trade, okay? We're up 123%, so we mean we made all of our risk back. Or, you know, some of you guys may execute on different platforms. If you want to put your stop loss at, let's say, you know, $20 to lock in, you know, so commissions or whatever, if you guys end up paying commissions for your stuff, right? I can lock in $20. So now, worst case scenario, I make $20 out of this trade, okay? And I'm still giving it room to run. I typically like for it to at least double my money, and then I'll go in and lock my initial investment in, so I have 100% return on my investment, and then let it ride, and I'll trail it like, you know, every X%, okay? And we go over those details in
I got stopped out on
the Wall Street Academy.
My futures trade.
Okay.
Like $50.
$50 more than what you just had a couple minutes ago.
more.
Okay. So love to hear it, love to see it. Okay. It is
I like to at
showing.
least be able to say 100,000.
Well, you're doing the micros.
I
They
know.
$1.
I'm learning.
A whole lot of contracts.
No, you know, usually I can catch a nice little, you know, little breakout and ride that thing on, just ride it, but not today. Okay. Yeah.
All right. Okay, so let's look at that. That is some quality trading there. All right, let's see what else we are in the futures market. So we got stopped out of that oil trade, so we're now flat on oil, and we are in silver. Okay, so we are now, let's go check silver. We're in the buy side of silver, and we're up $150 on silver as well. Okay, so now silver has entered into the game. I believe this is our first trade of the session on silver. Yes, it is. Okay, this is our first trade on silver, and we're up $150. Okay, so we're buy on silver, and we're buying on the NASDAQ. NASDAQ just went flat, and so we're now down on the NASDAQ again. Okay. And so what it is telling me is that the second standard deviation is showing as an area of resistance. Okay. And we do know that there was selling side pressure on the top of that. At the VWAP at 17,690. It was at 17,693. Now the VWAP has come down a little bit. Okay, so the algo is still in the trade on the buy side. We initially got in, we went up $300, we went down $700, then we just went up another $200, and now we're down. So we can see a strong area of consolidation here in between this first and second standard deviation. And so for my OGs, for Money School and all of our programs, what do we anticipate from a consolidation? Go ahead and drop it into the chat and let me know. Tell a friend to tell a friend. We do have a nice consolidation here, okay, between the first and second standard deviation under the VWAP, okay? And so we are looking for a what from my OGs from the community, okay? All right. So, okay, Ms. Diva says she got into Uber. Beast Mom Fitness says, what are your thoughts on Snap with their news and earnings coming out? You were just talking about Snap. You want to talk about Snap? You want me to take Snap?
You can take.
Okay, so Snap didn't take our watch list. Snap didn't make our watch list for the year. They have been struggling since 2022, since basically TikTok stormed the scene. They've really been struggling to stay relevant as well as, you know, keep up with the times. But let's go ahead and do some analysis on Snap. They also just announced that news that they were laying off people. Typically when stocks or companies announce that they're laying off people, typically their stocks rise because it means that they're spending less money, right? So let's go ahead and look at Snapchat, okay? Snap
And
Inc.
also, while you're pulling it up, the fact that they announced today that they are laying off people, in advance of their Q4 earnings, that probably also means that their Q4 did not do well, right? And they're trying to make a shift to reduce expenses.
Yep, that makes sense. That makes sense. Okay, so let's go to the 1 month chart on Snapchat. We can see it went public in 2017 at around 23 bucks. Okay, got up to some all-time highs around 74 bucks and has been trending down ever since it hit that all-time high. It started trending down in December of 2021 from 59 and got all the way down to $10, which is where it got a buy signal of support at $10 on the 1 month chart, and is currently trading at $16, okay? Stepping down, so the 1 month is in a buy. Stepping down into the 1 week chart, okay, it started trending up in October of 2023, okay, right around that $10 mark, it got some support. All right, the 1 day chart just got a buy signal on yesterday. Okay, so a buy side signal on that, and then the 2 hour. The 2 hour for Snapchat is also just got a buy. So from my algos analysis, buy side opportunity for Snapchat seems to be in place. Okay, so you can go in there and go and look for some swing trades on that. The earning reports are coming out for it, and they announced the layoffs. So it could be a point to where, hey, they knew that they were not going to do well on the Q4. They laid some people off looking to optimize, and they got some buy signals. Okay, so on the 1 hour also just got a buy side. So if I'm looking to swing trade, it's showing maybe some quality areas of entry for Snapchat for swing trades, also for some options. And then if you're bullish on Snap for the long term, for whatever reason, could be a good opportunity for some longer term options or some leaps, or even buy and hold if you think it'll come back up to that all-time high of around 60, 70 bucks. And it's currently at, it got that support at $10. It's currently trading at 17 bucks. Okay, so trading investment is personal. That is the analysis of Snap. And shout out to, all the Money School fam saying that a breakout is potentially coming, because we know it's consolidating on the NASDAQ. And from consolidations, we know breakouts happen. Okay, now, what side it breaks out to the upside or the downside, we'll let the data tell us. But from consolidations, there are breakouts. And the algo is still holding that buy side trade. We're still in it. Okay, and we're now approaching back to the first standard deviation under the VWAP is showing as resistance again, and let's see if it actually breaks through that. It is going to be a break. The consolidation is from about 598 to 661, so about a 65-point consolidation, and we'll see what the breakout happens and how far it goes from this consolidation period. Okay, so you can remove Apple on my short, because we got stopped out of Apple. We also got stopped out of Microsoft, and we also got stopped out of Palantir. So right now I'm only long Uber on the day trade. That is our last day trade that we are live in. Okay, so congratulations for any of you guys in Uber. Let's check on Uber right now. We're up 120 bucks on Uber. So literally 100% return on our investment. We risked about 120, and now we're at 120, and we have 20 bucks locked in. So worst case scenario, we make $20 on this trade. We cannot lose. Okay. What are you looking at over there, Dominique?
Let's take a quick look at Tesla. We have received buy signals on 1 minute, 3 minute, and 5 minute chart. Okay. So I was taking a quick look at Tesla to see what's been going on with it there. Okay, I did actually take my profits on NVIDIA. I think it was like a $400 profit, because we did just receive a bunch of sell signals for it. So you know what, go ahead and take this profit. I can always get back in when we have more or buy signals. But we did get sell signals across the board, so I did take those those profits there. But there could be some opportunity here with Tesla. As I mentioned, we do have buy signals on 1, 3, and 5. So could be some opportunity there, but right now I'm just kind of waiting. Still watching Uber. It's still doing very well. I have my stop set on that. We're up about 800 bucks. So yeah, got it.
Okay. So we'll see if we got some headlines on the news side coming up. I know, look, there's a lot of earnings coming out today, as we mentioned in general this week, right? And some of the biggest movers from the earnings reports was Palantir, right?
Yep.
We all got paid on Palantir this morning. So from some of those market movers, okay? And right now, the S&P 500 is trying to recover from yesterday's down, all right? But the VIX is showing down. So I do like to see that the VIX is still trending down. It's down about 0.95%. So as the VIX is down, typically the equities are up, all right? So right now, the Dow Jones is up about 0.19%. The S&P 500 is down 0.04%. The NASDAQ is down 0.19%, and the Russell is down up 0.7%. So the equity futures are a little mixed, but with the VIX showing still red on this morning, it's showing that the potential turnaround for the NASDAQ and the S&P 500 is starting to align with what we said on the longer time frame, okay? All right, and so we just got a sell signal on the NASDAQ. So it exited that that buy trade, okay? Minimized that loss and is now in on the sell. Should have, actually. My other algorithms over here did. And so we do see a strong battle here, right there at that first standard deviation. So we see it's been consolidating here in that 60-point range, and we will see if it goes to whatever side that it breaks out of. Is probably going to trend in that direction for the rest of the day, because it's been consolidating in this area since 1017. So about 35 minutes has been consolidated in that. So whatever area it breaks out to, it's going to be pretty substantial, okay? So congratulations if you are in any of these trades so far that we've taken on the day, because overall we're net positive, all right? So we will keep our eyes on that. All right. Anything else on your side, Dominique?
No, right now I'm just kind of watching a few things here. I would love to know. Let me know if you want to share any of your profits that you guys made today. Please drop them in the chat. Drop them in the chat if you want to drop a $, if you want to drop the exact amount. Shout out to Colleen. She said this show is amazing. This show is amazing. This is exactly my learning style, listening and doing. Thank you so much. Thank you all so much for being here today. Excuse me. Please make sure that you also hit the subscribe button if you're new here. We're live Monday through Friday from 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hopefully tomorrow we come, we'll be a little less congested. But we're here with stock market news and live trading Monday through Friday, 9 to 11. So please hit that subscribe button. Tell a friend to come join us and run up the bag with us.
Yes. So some of that sell side pressure coming in on the NASDAQ from that first standard deviation to the downside. Okay, so that resistance is holding true and the market is respecting that. Let's see if we break out. Let's see if we break out to the downside out of this box at 17,600. Okay, so it definitely makes sense to me why it's showing support there at 17,600, because it is a new 100 area and it is the second standard deviation. So if it consolidates and breaks out to the downside, we will see it potentially move down to that third standard deviation. If it breaks out to the upside, it's a high probability that it's going to push through that first standard deviation, move into the VWAP, and drive up. So it's going to be interesting to see that and what it's doing.
We have some, okay. No, also want to remind you guys to hit the like button and subscribe and share and little bells so you're notified when we go live. But I wanted to congratulate Angela Brown. She said she had her first $1,000 day. And she took profits in NVIDIA. So congratulations.
Congratulations.
Angela, I'm so very, very proud of you and everyone that's been coming in and putting the time and the energy in. And now you guys see that this is possible. It's not just us doing it. And it's so cool that we get to do it with you guys Monday through Friday from 9 to 11. So this is absolutely amazing. Carlene said, thank you. She said, thank you guys for what you're doing. You are changing lives. Thank you. And that is literally why we do what we do. Because as y'all can see, we could sit here and trade by ourselves, not on camera, and do perfectly fine. Okay? But also, shout out to Colleen. She said, yes, that is a week's worth of lattes. Exactly, right? Buy the latte, right? Buy the latte. We actually have our Your Wealthy Year Challenge starting today at 12 noon as well. So we'll be coming back and talking about debt and paying off debt, cleaning up your credit, and all that good stuff. So make sure you guys tune in today at 12. Thank you guys, Miss Angela. We love you guys so much as well. And we appreciate that. Yes, we receive those prayers, Lisa. We do hope to feel better very, very soon. So I think it's time for our Keep It a Buck segment.
Yes, so we're going to get ready to go into our Keep It a Buck segment for today. And with that, the Keep It a Buck segment today is, do you believe that you deserve to be wealthy?
Yes.
Right? And so I think it's super important, and we talked a lot about mindset here, and we talked about our mental approach a lot here. And a lot of people struggle with their belief in believing that they deserve to be wealthy, right? And so it starts in your mind first, right? You have to actually believe that you deserve to be wealthy, and you have to have those positive affirmations in your life and in your mind, because there's so much negative programming out here in the media and all of these areas to make you believe that money is not for you, or it's only for the rich and wealthy, or that money is the root of all evil, and all of these negative things that put you in a position to not want to have wealth or look at money negatively, right? And so with that being said, we want to make sure that we are approaching money the right way and in the right manner. And it starts in your mindset and actually asking yourself, do you believe? Because whether you believe you do, whether you believe you should, or whether you believe you shouldn't, you are right. So do you believe you deserve to be wealthy? And if you do, I want you to drop some $ into the chat box. Okay, so that is our Keeping It a Buck for today, is asking yourself, do you believe that you deserve to be wealthy? Okay.
Love it.
Yes, yes, yes.
I love it.
Okay, and congrats on all the wins, everybody. I love to see it. Okay, and as we wind down on today, we really want to be able to celebrate our family and friends, as well as the Wall Street Academy and the family who are joining us on these daily sessions into the Money Matrix, because we got asked by one of our friends the other day, like, why do y'all do this when y'all could literally just make money? We see y'all print money. And it's really about the impact. It's really about the messages. It's really about when you guys see that light bulb click and it really goes off in your head to where you all are actually making this money and changing your lives and changing your families. And that's very important for us. So congratulations to you guys for those things, okay?
Yes. And reminder, if you guys have not signed up for Wall Street Academy, the link is somewhere on the screen. You can join Wall Street Academy. You can learn. If you guys like, what are you guys talking about? How do you do this? Come join us in Wall Street Academy, okay? I feel like there was something else I was going to remind you guys to do, and now I can't remember. Oh, thank you so much. Also, Vanessa, she says she got my book this weekend, and she is enjoying it so much. I really, really appreciate it. If you guys have not, I got to bring my book in here as well. But if you guys have not read my book, The Wealth Decision, please make sure you go grab it. It's everywhere that books are sold: Target, Barnes and Nobles, Amazon, Audible, if you want to hear the audio book. It is, I think, an amazing book, and it really helps you to start making wealthier decisions, right? One day at a time, so that you can bring whatever your wealth dreams are to reality. So thank you so much for that as well, Vanessa. Okay.
All right. So as we wind down for today, congratulations on all the wins. Remember, trading and investing is personal. And doing these things at your own risk. We're not trying to sell you any securities, but we are doing this real live analysis Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Click the subscribe button, turn on the notifications, and we will see you